I did fix my toilet. Workarounds.
Did you use AI?
AI helped, but
Oh, why do you sound a little like
well,
not
it gave
happy
me
about that?
it told me where to go look for the part numbers in the back, and where it should be, and then it would give recommendations. But the thing's it's a 2013 toilet. There's just not parts around anymore. So I came up with my own solution. Seems to be working.
It sounds like AI got you to the right place for you to get your
Yeah,
toilet
I
dirty.
we'll explore use cases beyond toilets for at some point.
Got to start somewhere.
We do have to start somewhere, and I'm actually I've used a little chat GTP in and around some
Good.
other things. So
All right.
yeah, I know.
Slow
I'm
adopter.
like a novice, a little novice. We'll get up there. Not
Okay.
quite like you. I don't have instances running on my laptop.
I don't either. I'm not that
Agents.
far.
Are they agents? What are they called?
Well, the model is either ChatGPT if it's OpenAI or Gemini for Google. And then you can build like a personal assistant or an agent to do something specific, like help you with a writing task
Ooh,
or
okay.
help you with coding or help you with, career guidance. These little
Parenting?
agents can do
Can
anything.
can we do parenting?
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
Mm.
Put it in there.
Okay, we'll do. I'll report back. Toilet successful, parenting to be determined.
Please do.
How are you doing?
Good.
Manhattan meets. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
our volleyball team sponsor.
And did you make it on the court?
Yeah,
You
game
did.
game four every year. When we're 0-3, I play game four.
And
We won.
you did.
Yeah, was exhausted.
Were you playing fours?
No, 6-on-6. I'm
Exhausted
back
from
row.
libero?
Yeah,
Did they get you? Do you get a different colored jersey?
no.
Please tell me you
Well,
did.
we're all shirtless. It's beach.
Okay. All right. Different colored hat. How about that?
No, but I should come up with that plan next year.
I didn't hear from you for like 48 hours after it, so I assume you had a
Well,
good time.
there was some celebrations after the one-game win streak.
Win or lose.
Yeah,
Win or lose.
win or lose. But I got introduced to the Big Booty Mix.
Okay.
It's
Is this
like
on
this.
Spotify?
It's on SoundCloud, actually. You can get
Ooh.
it on YouTube. It's a mashup of basically every genre from house to country to hip hop, and they just mash it up and kind of mix it together for like one continuous party song. Like you could play it at a barbecue or party. Big Booty Mix. And the guys grew up in Santa Monica. I just heard about them for the first time.
Really? So it's guys. I think I'm familiar with SoundCloud. It's where you can kind of get the underground. Like it's not yet appropriate probably for Spotify. They don't want to pay the line, whatever it is. But
Yeah.
it's where you can do these unique things, like you're saying, and just jam together. Like, have you ever heard of Girl Talk? God,
Yes.
Girl Talk was good with me for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time.
It's
So this
kind of
is
like that. It's like they have a different spin on it.
God. And did you remember Songza? Where did Songza go? They would play songs
Uh,
based on your mood. Like if you
yeah.
wanted to feel happy, fire up a. We need that again. I don't
Me
want to think
too.
anymore.
I
Just I
know.
want to feel this way. Start playing some songs.
We should get back into it.
Okay.
But why I bring up the Big Booty Mix is because you've got someone up in Seattle catching for the Mariners who's got a big booty who's mixing it up. So here are my questions, Big Ben.
Yep.
There are three potential records Cal Raleigh can break this year. Right now, he has 42 home runs. There's 51 games left, and the experts are predicting him to finish with around 60 home runs.
Okay.
Record number one, most home runs in the AL. That
Ooh.
was in 2022. Aaron Judge with 62 home runs.
Won't get there.
He won't get there.
Well,
All right.
no. I need to see a little more bacon from the acquisitions and see how they start pitching them.
Okay, he's already
I
0
can
for
do better.
1. Number two, the Mariners record, 56 home runs in a single season. That's Ken Griffey from 97-98. Will he break it?
56, 14 to go. Tie.
Wow.
Tie.
And then the catcher
Out of
home run.
respect.
Catcher home run record, Salvi Perez, 48.
Yes, done. 50. He'll get to 54, 55, 56, somewhere in there.
All
You and
right.
I both know we're not good at predicting home run outputs, though.
You are. I'm not.
You with Cax. He'll get to 54, 55, 56, somewhere in there.
Okay.
I don't I don't think he's going to be asked to do all that. Like pre-acquisitions, he was asked to hit a home. He's swinging for the fences. Now I think he's going to be a little more strategic on how to help the team. Not necessarily, on base percentage might come up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear it. It was like a one man show where, hey, if I don't do it, no one else is going to do it. So
Exactly.
he's going for that power stroke more times than not than trying to maybe put the ball in play with power and hit a double or hit a long single because of his big booty.
It will go down as probably the best single season by a catcher.
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely. And the guy just signed it's a bargain now at this rate. He just signed for I think 4 years for 105 million. That's a bargain.
Yeah.
Big bargain. Big bargain. Big booty bargain.
Big booty bargain, but that allows them to go out and get some other bats and some other players to build around him.
So there was talk when he signed. He basically said to management, "Listen, if me and Julio are your cornerstones now that you signed us both long term deals," he goes, "I want to see an investment at the trade deadline if we're there." And what they do, they stepped up. The Mariners did the right thing. They
They
actually
got
did the
two
right thing.
bats. I thought they were only going to go after one, and when they got Naylor, I thought they were done.
Two bats. Now you can. I mean, the. Let me just say this. I went to the game where Eugenio had just signed. First game at home. So Naylor and Eugenio are both in the lineup. The entire stadium is different. Like people aren't out on the concourse waiting for Dippin' Dots or ice cream or whatever it is. They're in their seats watching the game. Like they're quiet while the Mariners are hitting. Like they understand they understand how, like, obviously the implications. Be quiet so everyone can hear, and then everyone's. I don't know. It just seems like there's more fans out. It's like the third deck was half populated. That's normally not even close. There's like one person up there on a Thursday. So the Mariners invested. The fans are now invested, which is good to see.
Well, a trade like that not only energizes the clubhouse, but it energizes the fans too. They want to come out, see the new players, and they also are thinking, hey, we're serious about this. So let's go out there and see this team because they're going to make a run or they have the team on the field that can make the run to get into the playoffs.
A lot more Latino and Mexican families, to be honest. I'm serious. Like they were out, and it was fun to see. Um, God, and they're playing well. Took 3 or 4 from Texas.
Yeah.
Keep it going,
Okay.
baby.
Let's
Keep
keep
it
it
going.
going. Well, let's keep this podcast going. I want to start off with a little football. Before I get into that, I want to talk about some names, some dynamic duos. Pippen and Jordan, Kobe and Shaq, Woody and Buzz Lightyear,
Lloyd and Harry.
Lloyd and Harry, Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. These are some of the most dynamic duos of all time. And now that we're in week 1 of preseason football, I want to talk about some of the wide receiver duos that we have. Got some
Okay.
new receivers up in Seattle. Got one receiver heading out. Got new receivers in LA. How do you want to take this?
So I didn't use AI. I just used a. What's non-AI referred to? Just Google search.
It's called your brain.
Top 20, like they had rank the top 32 or for every team, right? And you get through them. There's like a single receiver. Then like the Patriots had Stephon Diggs and then some guy I'd never heard of, right? And it wasn't until you got until like the top 12 where you recognize both names. And so it's rare that you get, like, you think Irving Fryer and Mark Duper, remember back for the Dolphins? Like, it's rare you get these duos that stick for so long, which is why I think the Bengals did what they did in the offseason. But also, it's also probably why the Rams did what they did, in that Puka out there alone isn't as good as Puka with Devontae. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you my top duo.
Let's hear it.
Okay, underestimated, over delivered this year, especially this year. The only team with 2,000-yard receivers last year. Can you name the team?
2000?
2,000. Excuse me,
Oh.
two,
Yeah.
comma, 1,000 yards.
Was it the Lions?
It was. Amon St. Brown and Jamison Williams. Jamison Williams had 1,001 yards on like 58 catches. Like
Yeah, that's a lot of yak,
that's a
baby.
lot of yak. I mean, he'd get out. And there were times too where, I mean, there's a lot of mouths to feed in that offense. I don't know if they'll have. We'll see how the touches are dispersed this year with Ben Johnson gone. But Jamison Williams will emerge this year as a not only just deep threat, but more of complement to Amon St. Brown, which will make Amon that much better as well. That's my top duo. Lions, baby. Lions.
I mean, Jamar and T. Higgins probably number one. Number two, in my opinion, is probably out east in Philly with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. A lot of people think the Vikings. I think they have Justin Jefferson, but I'm not sold on Jordan Addison. So I would have to go Devontae Adams and Puka. We saw what Puka did in a full season. He had 1,400 yards, over 100 catches, 6 touchdowns. Last year in limited action, he only played 11 games, but he had 80 catches. I think he was 20 yards short of 1,000. Big, strong, physical receiver. You can move him in and out of the slot, all over the field. And Devontae Adams, he can still run routes. He can still get separation. And he was lost a little bit in people's minds because he had Jimmy Garoppolo and Aiden O'Connell as his quarterback.
Gardner Minshew.
But last year between the Raiders and the Jets, sorry, Mr. Rogers, both quarterbacks were inconsistent. He still got 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in a Sean McVay offense, you've got Devontae with Stafford if he's healthy. I think that they can produce and be a top 3 duo in the NFL.
Is Stafford healthy?
No.
How unhealthy is he? This is like fantasy knowledge, because I agree with you. Like in McVay's offense, like everything's downhill, everything's over the top, and it's been a while since Devontae's had another complimentary receiver. I mean, someone could argue Jacoby Myers is okay, but like out there where you're not attracting the best corner from every team.
Yeah.
But Puka might. Who knows? Rams are going to be good.
Yeah. Well, Stafford's 37, back issues. It could hurt the Rams a little bit early on because he's not getting the reps with Devontae out there. Or is this just a veteran move where I don't want to get hit? I don't want to say I'm not practicing, so I'm going to say my back is hurting and then I'll be ready week 1.
I mean, people have fudged injury reports more than that. So he's a veteran at this point. He's won a Super Bowl. He has the right to probably take it easy, not want to put on
I'll tell you this, Devontae does not want Jimmy G started week 1, week 2.
Again?
He saw that experiment a couple years ago.
Again. McVay, I don't think, would let that happen. Would he?
Well, it depends on Stafford's back. Because their third-string quarterback was, Stinson Bennett from Georgia? I don't think he's ready.
Yeah, you got to have Stafford going. Garoppolo doesn't exude. If Garoppolo played 16 games with those guys, they would leak over 800 yards each, maybe. Yeah, not much. Not much.
Garoppolo's week 1 quarterback. Kyren Williams is the play week 1 and week 2.
Very true. Fantasy's coming. We got to get a fantasy preview.
Yeah.
Stafford's a sneaky pick just with his weapons.
Yeah, I like him. There's a couple other receivers that I like. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. will step forward in year 2 with Kyler. I think he's looking nice. I can't wait for fantasy football. I can't wait for football.
I think have they said who's doing Hard Knocks? They already rolled that out?
I haven't seen anything.
It's a little quiet still on the NFL front, except for contract disputes, which I think we're getting into, right?
We'll get into that a little later. But let's get in this episode. Hello and welcome to Big Ben and K-Win. Each week we broadcast live on YouTube. If you like our videos, you can also watch them live on Spotify. More of an audio person? download, listen, subscribe, 5 stars, anywhere you get your audio podcast. I'm K Winn. He's Big Ben. We already talked about the big booty mix. We talked about the best duos in the NFL. We're going to talk a little bit more NFL, maybe a little gambling, and much, much more.
No gambling.
You were hyped on that
I
topic.
was hyped on gambling. Listen, you're familiar with the term. Let's just touch on it real quick. Degens. Are you familiar with the term degen? Degen, like degenerate.
Yeah, just abbreviate degenerates.
Yeah, but are you familiar? Like what? Who is a degenerate? Degenerate gambler.
I'm not naming my friends on this podcast.
Someone that's willing to bet on anything, right?
Yes.
Doesn't matter. So,
Yes.
so, so as we're creeping up towards this today, there's a text that goes on in a fantasy football league that says, "Hey, each week we should all pitch in. Whoever wants to can pitch in $10 on top of what we're already betting or playing against for the weekly high score." Where are all my degens at? Kind of like
Okay.
we need something else to bet on, right? The reply from one of my buddies, and this is where it goes. When I say gambling, it gets you can gamble on anything,
Yeah.
anything. K-Win, the outcome of anything. And you can, I mean, we've seen it in the NBA. You can gamble on stats, individual stats, over unders. But one of my buddies sends a Excel spreadsheet where he's looked at goal differentials for all MLS teams, so he understands his betting tactics going forward. This is MLS. I mean, it's gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
What
It's
what
amazing.
what what is too much? Like, what are we just going to gamble on life? Like, when's this? Like I have no idea. But sports gambling,
It's
fantasy,
become so easily accessible, right? Like if you
right?
think back 10 years, maybe 20 years ago, you had to find a bookie or a friend that knew a bookie to gamble. Now you can just download an app and get started or go onto a website and
Hmm.
get going. Any bet, anytime, any sport, anywhere.
And those that aren't talking about it are doing it a lot. Is what I'm like. Like that guy. I would have never seen him as a big gambler, but the fact that you don't talk about it a lot if you're gambling a lot, right? It's kind of you can gamble in the vein of fantasy football is widely accepted. So money on the entire season, whatever. But beyond that, it's kind of like then you get into degen territory really quick. You're taking over unders on personal like stats of an NBA game, or I guess win totals. I guess is fine. I don't know. Where's the line? Like at what time do you go? Geez, I should probably put the phone down. I should probably put it locked, delete the app. We're done.
I mean, I think each person knows his, or hopefully knows his memes or knows his threshold. But if you think of fantasy sports, that's gambling. And then you're betting on games, that's gambling. Now, my question to you is there a correlation between a person who's betting on sports and what they. Well, let me say, is there a correlation between a person who gambles on sports and a person who likes to play cards?
Some would argue cards is a game of skill, and some would argue that betting is a game of skill. Like you're betting against the line, right?
Right.
I think you're in a little more control if you're playing cards, right? If you're playing against another person, you can read them, you can understand them. When are they betting? When are they not? Whereas I think the person that's watching sports has too much time on their hands to really put, like I think it is. Like it takes a lot of time. If you want to gamble and gamble well and want to make money, like
Yeah.
you can't go into it hunky dory and think you're going to make some cash. There's a reason Vegas always wins. The house always wins. I
Well,
don't
I
know.
think where I feel like you can do whatever you want, right? But everyone usually has a niche or knows something about a sport. So, like when you're gambling, football, baseball,
Mhm.
basketball, soccer, WNBA, I think you're more open to getting in a hole, right? Rather
Yeah.
than I know some friends that bet football and that's their thing, and some years and some weeks are better than others. But when you start betting everything, that it could be good, but it could go the other way
Really
too.
bad. I got a rule of thumb, and I think Hodges, Hodges lives by
Yeah,
this too. Go to a place where you can make some wagers, and make the wagers tenable enough to where if you lose them all, you're not throwing your hat on the ground.
yeah,
But also make them kind of diverse enough where you're doing parlays and other things where you think things are going to hit, where it justifies you going back to that casino, right? So I'm not going to bet $10 to make 20 because I'm not going to drive back there for $10, but I'm going to bet 10 to make 100, 200, right? And that way it's a little more fun, justifies a rationale to go back. But when Hodges unfortunately likes to go to Vegas a lot, so most of his bets have been long shot golfers in major tournaments. But you can have fun with it, right? But just have
yeah.
my whole thing is like have your theory or your idea to your point. What's
Well,
going to
my
hit?
whole thing is like you got to treat it like an investment, right? Like if you're going to invest in stocks or you're going to do something in real estate, you want to invest that money that you don't need. Like, oh, where did it go? Like that's how I like position gambling, right? Like if I'm in Vegas, I'll bet a little, but I'm not going to
Yeah,
bet so much that I'm going to throw my hat. I'm going to be so upset.
yeah.
That's probably why I never win big, is because I've got those like dollar Keno bets.
Yeah, hedge. Hey, I mean, just I don't know. Gambling to me, it's so pervasive now in society. Like it's just you can gamble on anything. There's like teach his own though. Like
Each
if
his
you want to
own.
gamble, you can gamble, but there might be some recourse. And as you said, if you've never watched an NBA WNBA game and you got a 3 game parlay going for $1,500 and you make 40K a year, that's probably not the best.
Just gamble responsibly, right? Like, don't bet on something you don't know, like it's a coin flip. Like, that's a no no, right? Like,
Yeah.
do some research, get some facts, make an educated decision.
Ask ChatGTP.
There you go.
Is there actually there's probably some sidewinded AI model specific for sports gambling. It just cost $1 billion or something. I don't know.
If
Um,
AI is smart, they train the data to hook people in to bet more. And
yes.
OpenAI gets a cut on the back end. Yeah, bet the Bears on the road. They're great this year.
Oh, the ways you can spend your money now.
Yes.
Gambling, gambling, gambling. Let's talk.
Is Jerry Jones going to spend his money?
Oof. For Micah Parsons,
Yeah.
why does Jerry make everyone sweat? Like he is
I think
there?
he's an old school negotiator,
I
right?
think he is
Like,
too.
but
Like make
when you know how someone's negotiating, they're not negotiating, right?
right.
Like we saw this with CeeDee Lamb, we saw this with Dak. It's going to drag out, and then he's going to sign him just in time for Week 1.
Well, he hasn't heard from the fans yet or seen any impact, right? And I don't think you're going to do that until he probably walked into training camp or something and just saw the disrespect he probably get, or all the fans yelling to sign Micah. Um, but yeah, he's an old school negotiator. You let them make the first offer, and you don't say no. You just sit there and stare at it until you decide that you want to make another offer. I think that's his whole gig. Should they? They should sign Micah Parsons, right?
No, I think he deserves the money. I just don't think the Cowboys should sign him because they've got their money in Dak, they've got their money in
They
CeeDee,
got
they put their
that.
money in Micah. They're an average team. Like they are a mile away from the Eagles. They might be a three-fourths of a mile away from the Commanders. Like Giants make a move here or there, they could pass the Cowboys.
Yeah. And you know what he's probably saying too? You don't know the impact of a player until they're not there on the field, right? And with CD, you could probably measure that pretty quickly. Like, who's Dak going to throw to?
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Cooks? Come on. With Dak, you kind of had to. There's no other alternative. And with Micah, you kind of say, well, do we have some pieces and parts that could look like Micah on the field? And that's probably where the negotiation's going right now.
Well, I
Um,
think the Cowboys are several players away. And so the reason why I think they shouldn't sign him is because you can trade him, you can get draft picks, you can get other pieces around your defense, and you can scheme to 500, which where you're probably going to be anyways if you paid Micah. Like, would you rather pay Micah what 40 million a year and be 500, or trade him for assets in the future and be 500?
You know what else this might come down to is Dak's going to have to sit there and open up his wallet too. Restructuring. You know, when it gets that bad, hey, you want a good team, Dak? You want a defense that can get you the ball back? There's Dak's contract is so ridiculous relative to the market that Jerry knows he overpaid. So
And
there,
Micah knows he overpaid.
yeah, exactly. Why?
So Micah's like, hand out. It's time for you to pay
Yeah,
me.
you gave this. I won't use the term doofus. You know all that money, but you gave a substandard quarterback in some cases this much money. Where's mine?
Is
Right?
Dak a top 10 quarterback? No.
No, no. Jaden Daniels is already way better quarterback than Dak.
I'd rather have CJ Stroud than Dak.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
I'd rather have Bo Nix's contract than Dak.
Yes. See? Yeah. Like Bo Nix is, because when you take into account, like, okay, let's look at their contract relative to their output, right? Bo Nix is way better than Dak.
Yeah.
Dak got the Otani contract, and he's playing like, hmm, God,
He's
give me
playing
some.
like Anthony Rendon.
No show.
But like, if you look at CD, I think he's a top 3 wide receiver. Like, there's
Yes.
no question about that. Dak, like he's a top 12 to 15 quarterback. Micah, I mean, he's a top maybe 8 or 9 defensive end. He's no Miles Garrett. He's no
No.
Bosa. He's no Watt. He's no Aiden Hutchinson. He's no Crosby. He's no Allen, whatever that guy's name is.
I think he's trying to say I'm a linebacker too, kind of like he can play either set, right? Like he's going to play
He
towards his
doesn't
strengths.
tackle.
He's gonna play towards his strengths, man. Come on, you know this. You're an arbitration. Look at how many tackles I had relative to those guys. I can play in either set. Um, it's going to be a good negotiation. It's going to play out every day. You're going to see some sort of thing on ESPN. Micah Parsons said this. Jerry Jones said that. We'll see. And then it will be Dak gave Micah half his contract, and it's call it a day.
Now let's stay in the division. Move to Terry McLaurin.
I got. You want me to touch on Terry?
Yeah, let's go.
Scary
Scary
Terry
Terry.
out of Ohio State.
Wide receiver, you.
So here's the thing. This is an arbitration, but this is a negotiation, right? So what does Terry come to the table with? He says, I am one of the top 10 wide receivers in the game?
I would say yes. I'd say he's 8 to 10.
Top 10. Last year he had 3 wide receivers with more, or 3 tight ends with more yards than him. He was like 12th or 13th in the league in catches, but here's the thing. The guy catches tutties. Second in the league in tutties. And that's where he's got to go play that card, right? I mean, Jaden Daniels has to have someone to throw to. I don't know who's wide receiver 2 on the Commanders right now.
Debo. And Debo's getting paid. So I've got this written down somewhere. Last year he had, I can't go. He had over 100 catches. He's making $23 million a year. Jamar Chase is number 1. He's making 40. JJ's making 35.
Okay.
I think Terry is probably in like, he's lower than JJ, maybe like high 28, 29, 30. But here's the thing. He has 5 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. There's only 4 wide receivers who have done that.
Ooh.
Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Justin Jefferson, and Terry. So, like, based on that, and the fact that he's been this consistent with Dwayne Haskins, Colt McCoy, Sam Howell, Taylor Heineke, like, he's put up numbers, and he's been there through the tough times, and now you're on the rise. You got to pay him. He's your number 1. Fat Debo's your number 2. Can't catch the ball.
But the theory is always around wide receivers. As soon as they hit 35, they fall off, or 30, the age of 30, they fall off a cliff. Terry McLaurin's 29 this year. He'll be 30 next year.
But the only based on your past performance.
Agreed. And so let me see. The only comp I could find out there that's went through the same thing as Mike Evans. Mike Evans just got signed to a 2-year contract. I think he's making $29 million signing bonus, and then 39 million, or 2 year $52 million. So that's 26 mil. Terry should take that. Take a 2 year. Just say you want the Mike Evans special. Get a ton of upfront money. Therefore, if you get hurt, something happens, you got your bag of cash. I think that's where he sits. Mike Evans catches a ton of tutties too.
Yeah.
He's so
Death,
that's
taxes, and Mike Evans, 1,000 yards.
yeah, exactly.
But Terry's got all the leverage. New ownership group. They just paid Debo. They just got to the playoffs. They beat the Lions. He's a number one wide receiver. Are you really going to start the season without him?
The last thing you want is your franchise quarterback shaking his head because someone ran a wrong route or they can't get buckets in the red zone.
Yeah.
But just give him his money.
Pay the man.
I mean, you want to keep up with the Eagles, and you saw it. It's you saw it. They made a run in the playoffs. And Terry was a big part of it.
He had
Scary
3
Terry,
touchdowns. He was big in the playoffs last
huge.
year.
He's trying to capitalize on that. Smart guy.
Smart man.
Smart. And then Debo came in making nearly as much of him or more than him. So
Debo's making more.
he's got a lot of tailwinds in the negotiation. Pay him. Just say I want the Mike Evans special. $29 million signing bonus for 2 years. That's nice. That's pretty.
Yeah. August 4th, we got preseason football. We got 4 weeks of that. We got fantasy football. We got college football. Great time to be a betting person.
Gosh, just rare up. So what do we? Texas plays Ohio State. Is that the first game of the season?
It's the first week. It's the biggest game. I think Clemson plays LSU too.
Okay, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, and I'm Longhorns fan too, right?
Are you? What, you've been to Austin the last 3 years?
Just last year.
Okay, then you are.
Yeah.
Just touchdown. Did you get a hat?
No, not yet. I got to see how Arch does week 1.
Arch is the biggest. I mean, people are like, how long has Arch been in college? It feels like he's been in college already 5 years.
Yeah.
He's been behind Quinn. Some people question if Arch was if they would have won the Natty last year. A lot of pressure. Sarks.
Yeah, big name, big legacy, big NIL money. My buddy in Austin said he's getting $8 million a year.
Oh, yeah, from the car dealers alone. I mean, come on. Ryan Day versus Sark. That could be very well.
It's a rematch. Remember they played last year and Ohio State beat them to go on to the Natty.
This is a bold prediction. Not only will that be the first week 1 game, that might also be the final game for the Natty.
Okay. I was at a wedding. This guy said this is Penn State's year. James Franklin's going to give it to the hump. Dan Orlovsky's all in on Penn State. Are you?
I heard a guy. Penn State looks good, in the state of Pennsylvania. Take them out of that, and they look horrible. James Franklin has. I think I heard a guy say he's 1-15 or 1-14 in top 5 games.
Yeah.
But it's Penn State. Like they treat themselves as if they're a juggernaut, but I don't see it.
A regular season juggernaut.
Yeah, exactly. Whipping up on Northwestern and Rutgers and it's tough to go to Happy Valley.
Yeah.
It is. Give them that.
It is must win for Lincoln Riley and the Trojans. I believe he's got to get to the college football playoff or he gone, because there can't be this much mediocrity when USC has this much money and they're in a big conference. They need to win. And they need to get to the college football playoff.
Everyone's already forgot about USC.
I know.
Like they're just buried in the Big Ten. And I think the unfortunate part is that when UCLA and USC made that move, they thought they were going to be the new additions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden you got guys who probably would only look at USC and UCLA if they were in the Big Ten. Now they're looking at Oregon and Washington because they're playing in the same division. Big Ten and SEC dominate. So You're right. Lincoln Riley's job got really, really hard when that decision was made because now you got more competition for recruits. I already forgot USC had a football team or a basketball team.
Juju Watkins, women's basketball.
Juju, she got hurt.
No, she'll be back.
Okay, good. When are you coming up for a game?
FIFA next summer, Seattle. Give me tickets. Let's go.
This is
Go
how
on
it
the
was when
pitch.
I lived in Hoboken. You'd be like, I'm coming in 3 weeks. You got to vote. But you got.
Mariners make the playoffs. K-Win comes to town. October. Okay?
I'm
There
making
it
a
is.
sign. I'm making a sign. Playoffs equal K-Win in town. Let's do it.
Okay. Get ready.
Let's do it. All right, let's get out of here too.
At Big Ben K-Win _ anywhere you get your social media, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, YouTube. You should subscribe to us and 5-star us. We have live shows each and every week. Drop your comments below. But if you want to watch it on demand, drop your comments below too. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out.
You want to shout out Manhattan Meats?
Manhattan Meats, great butcher. You would love it. They got the pork chops. They've got like the sirloin. They've got seafood. They've got salmon. They've got scallops. And they renovated it. So go check it out. If you're on your way to Manhattan Beach, get something and stop by Manhattan Meats.
Smoothies, quinoa, and kale too. Just
No, they definitely don't have any healthy options. It's just a butcher.
all right. Let's get out of here.